Topple. Live chat. There we go. Oh, can't reach my tea. Disaster has struck. Oh, mouth doesn't bend like that. Okay, okay. Tea, blanket, phone. There we go. Okay. Set. See if anyone pops in. A lot of my UK friends might be at fireworks displays for bonfire night. I know that was officially yesterday, but I think a lot of displays are being done tonight. Certainly more fireworks tonight than there was yesterday. Who have we got? Donnie, hello, how's things? How are you all doing? Nice to have you join us. Join me. Tink! I was wondering whether or not you were gaming or banding tonight, Tink. I'm impressed with those shinies. That last one you sent me of the Pokemon shiny, I don't think I've got one of those. I was very impressed with that, and I want to know where you got it from. Patrick, good evening. All good in front of the log burner. Yeah, that's what I wish I had, a log burner. Although I don't like the clearing out of the log burner. I like the smell and the feel of log burners. I don't like the smell of old ash. I want it all. No gaming tonight. They're off to a friend's bonfire party. Ah, okay. So you're just hanging out then. You can hang out with me instead, look. I'm not having a bonfire party. I did ask if the boys, I say the boys, you know, Brendan's like a full-grown man, but, you know, I said, did they want to go to a display and did they want me to take them? They're like, no, it's fine. And actually, as it is, Kenzie's working tonight. He leaves in, I don't know, about 20 minutes. And then at some point he'll message me. I did say, did he want to walk home? Because it's only in the village. But he said, no, come and get me. So I said, I will be walking. I'm not coming in the car to pick you up in the village, but I will walk you home if you feel that you'd want me to come and get you. Because it will be like near midnight. And there's no street lights. And he was like, yeah, that would be good. So he's going to text me at some point and I'll just put a coat on over my pyjamas and go and pick him up. Nice evening stroll at midnight. Just making tea. Good man. Here's my tea, look. Mine's actually been warmed up because I got sidetracked. I was just editing today's vlog. So that's all ready to go up after the live stream. I've been meaning to do this live stream for about the last 2 hours. And I thought if I wait till I've put the video up, then it's like people are bombarded with, oh, excuse me, live stream and video simultaneously. So I decided to go with the live stream and then do the video afterwards. Today's vlog is about the great hunt for the duvet cover still not found one. There was one I would have got, but Lee wasn't interested in that one, so I didn't get it. The hunt for hoppy bugs for Toothless's dinner, and going for a fry-up in our favourite wartime cafe. And then I set up a beautiful area, which you can't see, but it's over there. If you want to see it, go check out my video after this. And it shows you my beautiful crystals and my autumny things. I've decided I needed just a zone to focus that sort of energy on. I haven't had one for ages. I used to have one all the time. And then life and kids and people get in the way, don't they? And then you suddenly realise your crystals have been in a drawer for however many years and all the sides are filled up with everyone else's things and you don't have a special place anymore. So I created a special place just for me. Let's see what everyone's been writing. You're a fireworks grump, they're too loud. No, some people don't like them. I do like them. I do like them very much, but I'm not going this year. I'm good, thank you, Olivia. How are you? I was heavy in school, so checking out what I missed. Heavy in school? You were heavy in school? Is that a polite way of saying you were a chunky child? Heavy in school. What do you think of Susan Boyle? It seemed to rock the UK. What about Susan Boyle? She was a singer, wasn't she? On one of these. I'm missing, sorry, you're going to have to reword that for me. I'm being a bit thick. I caught that Virizion from a remote raid. Oh, do you know, I still haven't put Pokegenie app, and I should do that, especially when you get cool things like that. Lombardia. Ooh, okay. Well, that was really impressive. You got a funky one and it was shiny. I'm even more impressed by that. How's my coughing and sore throat? Okay, so well, I wasn't woken last night with a cough. I cough a little bit before bed, but it doesn't stay, and the sore throat's completely gone. I'm sorry, I'm yawning already. That's what happens when I talk. I yawn. I must run out of oxygen. Oh, you were heavy in school. Right. Sorry, working on your masters. Right. I wasn't sure if that meant you were trying to tell me something about your weight in school, or whether you were like heavy involved in something you were doing for school. Looking back in 2009 through to 2014. Yeah, see, I don't watch any of these talent program. I don't watch a lot of standard TV, so I know there are things like these ice programs and ballroom dancing programs and talent programs, and I hear a few things like on when I drive in the car and I have the radio on in the car, then I hear about these people. But other than that, I don't follow that sort of thing. So, from what I hear, wasn't she? She had an amazing voice, or has an amazing voice. What do I know about Susan Boyle? She has an amazing voice. I think she's autistic. She was very heavily set, and then there's been some dramatic change recently, and she's lost a whole load of weight. Is that right? And had a complete transformation in her appearance, I think. Is that right? Peter Jackson. Hi, Pip, and all in the chat from Scotland. Oh, who's in here from Scotland other than you? Right, that tea. Got nowhere to put my cup. Excuse me. Oh, there we go. Done. Karen, good evening. Virizion should be appearing in your local gym now. The raid bosses just changed. Cobalion and Terrakion are also now in rotation for tier 5 raids, and Darkrai has left. Okay, so that will be next week's, or from now on, but like those will be the 5-star raids, yes, that I need to focus on. Mike, hello from America. All the way from America. You've been YouTubing. It's a good way to pass your time. Susan Boyle did really well. Not my sort of thing, but good luck to her. No, I don't think... Wasn't she more opera-y or something? Her voice. I remember people saying you looked at her and you didn't expect that voice to come out of her. But a lot of people were surprised. Which is nice, because you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Yes, correct. Excellent. So I take it all the people here are not currently at firework displays. Like I was saying, it's the first, well, no, actually COVID was the first time we didn't do anything fireworky. And so this year we've not really done anything fireworky either. When the boys were little, we always had fireworks in the garden, just because these big displays were too peoply for them, and they wouldn't have coped with their waiting around, and they would have got cold, and no, just too much. So we used to invite family over and do chili con carne and rice, and I think there was also the choice of jacket potatoes, and we'd get a whole load of fireworks, and sometimes other people would bring fireworks. And then when the boys got bored, they could come in, and if they got cold, they can come in, and they could also stand inside the house and look out the window if they were too noisy. And then my dad and Lee did all the firework lighting, giving me a heart attack when they'd go back to one that hadn't gone off, and they were like, well, I lit it. And I'm like, don't go back to it then. West End type singing. Oh, okay. So she did like musicals, that kind of thing. She did, yeah, like you'd go and see in theatres. Any new adventures coming up? Well, yes and no. So Lee's booked every Friday off up until Christmas, so I don't really feel I can go off really on a Friday, because he's booked this time off and we should really spend it together doing things, even if it's just going out for breakfast or what have you. But we've also got Christmas shopping to do. But before he booked all of these Fridays off, I did actually rebook a night away in the Cotswolds with Trevor and Sue from Posh Cats, because I was meant to go away the weekend that the weekend after Kenzie came down with COVID and we were in isolation. And technically I could have gone because I didn't have it and I tested negative, so I could have gone, but I didn't feel right going off. One, while he was poorly, in case he suddenly took a turn for the worst, and two, while potentially I could be carrying something, and I didn't think it was right to really be gallivanting around. But I think it's the first or second week in December. We'll be in the Cotswolds. It'll only be for a night, because I've got lots of things coming into the diary with the whole Christmas season coming up. So December's got various things I need to be doing. But we have booked in a night and 2 days on a campsite in the Cotswolds. We've got a couple of ideas of things we want to do. One will be going to see like ruins of something. I think we're going to do that the first day, if I remember right from our conversation. And then the second day, we're going to go into the town that we are staying in and, you know, do the coffee shops and probably do a bit of Christmas shopping and have a stroll and just, you know, spend time together chatting, seeing the sights, beautiful Cotswold towns and villages. And it's not too far from home. It's this side of the Cotswolds, so it's about, well, less than an hour away from me, so it won't take me long to get home, even if the traffic's bad. So I'm looking forward to that. I just don't want anything to get in the way of it, because we were meant to meet 2 times now, and 2 times COVID got in the way of it, so 3rd time lucky. How's Brendan doing with his driving lessons? He's doing really well. So, I mean, I'm not taking him now because Mondays he does a 2-hour session, sort of lunchtime-ish. He comes out of work, his instructor picks him up from work. He does 2 hours, and then his instructor drops him back off at work. And I'm not taking him out because he was riding the clutch a lot, and the instructor said, look, don't go out with your mum because she won't notice that you're doing it and you'll just get straight back into the habit of doing it again. But obviously with him having dual controls in his car, he can feel when Brendan is pushing down on the clutch. So until he's more confident, but he's doing 2 hours a week, so he's getting better. And he's being taught all the things that I would have forgotten to teach him because he's being taught by an instructor. Elaine Page sung with her. Oh, did she? Started our Christmas shopping very near now. Yes, I have bought 2 things, both things for my nephew Jasper. I haven't bought anything for anyone else. I do need to order my mum's Christmas present, actually. I had a chat with my siblings about that, and we're going to chip in on something, and then I'm also going to get something else. So I do need to order that. Catch you soon, Pippa. Watching the holiday and DVD now with cheese and nibbles. Oh, Donnie, have a nice time. Say hi to your lovely lady for me, and we'll catch up soon. Restarted a van life here in Ohio. So cold. 64 and once again rethinking. Oh, bless you. Okay, so it's very cold. Where are you? Ohio, is that? So cold. Yeah. I mean, I've got a diesel heater, so it doesn't matter if it's cold. And I don't mind going for walks and then coming back to the van, which will heat up super fast. That diesel heater, I have to actually open the windows because once it's been on for about 10 minutes, I'm so hot. But yeah, like I said, the only reason I'm not planning trips is because Lee's booked these Fridays off, and normally I would go Friday until Saturday and like do 2 full days, come home sort of Saturday about 5ish, and then I've got I feel like I get, because I leave early on Friday morning after Kenzie's gone to school, I feel like it feels more than just one night away, because I get 2 full days out of it. And I pack a lot into my days, as regular watchers will know. And it's the same in the van. I try and find things that are really interesting that I want to explore and share with you all. So I end up, I don't spend much time just sitting in the van, unless I'm with Daryl and Keith. And even then, we don't spend much time sitting in the van, but we will spend more time just hanging out and talking when I'm away with them. We have had a conversation about going either North Yorkshire again, or the lakes, or both. We'll do both. So I need to book some dates in with them, because we're going to do some long weekends away next year. And I'm going to do Glastonbury several times next year, because I'm really feeling the pull back to Glastonbury after not going for a while. And there's still the trip to Arundel, which my viewers chose for me to go, and I really want to go, but I haven't been yet for various reasons. So that's on my list of places to go as well. Oh, and more Wales. I need to do more Wales. 2 hours a week with an instructor is really good. He'll be proficient before you know it. I do hope so, because we really need him to be mobile. I mean, he's got the car and everything, but we need him to be mobile, because he's restricted in his options in a village in the middle of nowhere, with virtually zero public transport, certainly zero for getting to work and back. So yeah, at the moment he's earning money working with Lee, and what was supposed to be a Christmas temp job has continued as a temp contract, like a temp position. But he's been there every day for the past well over a year now. So the way I'm seeing it is, he's earning money, he's got experience, he's not just sitting around every day, he's getting up and going out. And eventually he will pass his test, and then he can do whatever he wants, and he can find a job that he's passionate about. Any delivery date? Oh, you have no heater. Ah, that would make a difference, Marlene. Definitely would make a difference. You need a heater. Delivery date on my fridge freezer. So, Karen, I had a text this morning to say they would be in contact very shortly with a delivery date. So I imagine I shall hear from them probably on Monday, and that it will come, I imagine, in the next, I imagine next week is what I'm thinking. Going by the text message protocol last time, they messaged me to say they'd be contacting me, and then they said we'll deliver on Friday. So I think that's a similar thing will happen this time. Chris, how's things? Hello. How are you doing? Are you keeping well? Gary's Sprinkler Repair. Hello from California. You're just popping by. Oh, thank you for the super chat, Gary. That's really kind. Thank you very much. Oh, and hippos too. They're cute. So I'm just watching the hippos down in this corner. I don't know. Can you guys see the hippos? I guess you can if you've got chat up. They're really sweet. Thank you. Oh, what will I spend my super chat on? I'm not going to say chocolate, because I'm trying to be good. Says she, who bought a load of Dime Bar yesterday. But I have been doing much better. Definitely. Maybe, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll put it towards our Christmas goodies. How about that? That's where your super chat's going to go. I'm going to buy maybe a Christmas pudding, or the ingredients for our Christmas cake, or some fizz pop for Christmas drinkies. Thank you very much. It's very much appreciated. Hope everyone in the chat is doing well. We've got 17 people in the chat. Things are plodding along, still not back at work. Well, you know, they're now saying, aren't they, Chris, that they're going to, you know, encourage people to be working from home again if they can, just because the numbers have gone up. So it's probably a good job you didn't go back to work. Because if you did go back to work, you'd just be straight back again. Did I find my blinds? No, IKEA did not have them. So I'm going to go online and order some. The ones they now do are really cool. You just kind of pull them up and down. I don't know how they work. It must be magic. They work by magic, and they just go up and down. I mean, of course they go up and down their blinds. I mean, that's what they do. Duh. But you don't have to, they go up and they stay where you put them, pull them down, they stay where you put them. They're very funky. But they are made of papery material, and in a kitchen, that's just going to get dust and grease on them from the air particles, and be trashed really quickly. I think they were like £20, and for £20 something's going to get trashed really quickly. I'm not even going to bother buying. Excuse me. So I'm going to go online and order some. Cyclops, welcome to the chat. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you, Tink. I just bought my dad a Christmas pudding and an after 8 mints. You know what? It might go on after 8 mints. Yeah, like, have you tried the Pound Shop do a version of after 8 mints, which are fine. They're not after 8 mints because the chocolate's slightly thicker, and there's something about the thickness of the chocolate which makes a difference in how an after 8 tastes. Like a proper after 8 is wafer thin, whereas these ones are slightly thicker. But the Pound Shop do a different version as well, which is a Turkish Delight thin. I think they're called thins as well. A Turkish Delight version, which is nice if you like Turkish Delight. I really enjoyed your walks with the tree spotting book, and also remember you buying a map with haunted locations in the UK. Any plans? I have a lot of plans for next year. Yes, so I've got the big map with haunted things to go and investigate, and Myths and Legends, I think it is as well. Myths and Legends is the other one. I've also got another couple of maps on my Christmas list. So I'm hoping I might get some of those for Christmas as well. And I've got one that's got rude place names and silly place names. That's got to be worth visiting. I think a lot of the really good names were in Wales and Scotland. I need to plan a whole bunch of trips. And Lee, I want to go away with Lee just for a few nights. Somewhere nice. I don't know where. He wants to go to Southend again. We keep meaning to go back to Southend. I need to go and visit Laura Minxie, if you know Minx Laura 123, if you watch her channel. So I need to go visit her. And so what we tend to do is, Lee and I will go and stay, and then we'll go and have a cup of tea or something with her, or Lee does his thing, and Laura and I'll stop and chat and have a cup of tea somewhere. So we need to do that. And yeah, there's so many places. I need to sit down actually and really just go, these are the places I'm going to go to this year, and plan some dates so that I don't double book, and put some dates in the diary with a rough idea of where I want to go. Be really organised.
Right.
Are you off?
Yeah.
Excuse me while I say goodbye to my son. I love you. Mwah.
With the...
Have you got a torch? Do you want to say goodbye to people? And say goodbye to the viewers? You have to get
Goodbye.
head down.
Ow, I can't get this one.
Okay, say hi to them for me.
No.
No, not these people. Say hi to Shelley. He's off to work. Okay, ping me when you need me, and I'll come walk up and pick you up. Yes, so I've got lots and lots of things that I want to do. Probably not enough weekends in a year to do it, and also to spend weekends with my family, because yeah, otherwise they will get a bit knocked. Good evening from Ireland. The sound of the haunted. You like the sound of the haunted locations? Yes, there's some really interesting places that I really want to go and visit. So, and I could tie some of these places in with some of my other trips, like with Daryl and Keith and people like that I want to go and see. While I'm in those areas, I can check out my maps. So one of my viewers, we chat quite regularly, and he's very much like me in the whole pagan-y sort of, we have similar mindsets on things. And Glastonbury is one of his zones that he likes. So we are talking about doing me going to Glastonbury and him just meeting me for a tea or something, cup of tea or what have you, to walk around while we're there. But also my friend Anna, who I went with. If you've seen my Glastonbury videos that I put up, they were 2019, but I put them up again the other day, like did a link to them in the, what's it called, community bit of my page. So my friend Anna, who I went with last time, really wants to go again because she was very poorly when we went the last time, and literally within a month of her being back, we found out she'd got this thyroid cancer, and she was in intensive care within a few weeks. Bye. See you later. Bye. See you later. And we nearly lost her. So we have good memories. We had a great time, but she was incredibly poorly, and it was obvious while we were away she was struggling to cope. So it'd be nice to go back now she's feeling better, and yeah, you know, do it properly with her fully functioning. What's my favourite Christmas tree? Oh my god, Ferrero Rocher. Yes, that is definitely high up there, Patrick, on my favourite Christmas treats. I could sit and go through those. I like mince pies, a good mince pie, a really good mince pie, hot with cream. I love Christmas cake. We make our own family Christmas cake. Normally we get together as a family, like the extended family, my siblings and what have you, my parents, my nephew, we all get together, the boys, and we do a big bake-off of giant mixture, and then we put it into different cake tins, take it home and cook it ourselves. And it's like a family tradition. Last year COVID got in the way of it, and then this year we were trying to organise a time when we could all get together, but because of my two sisters working weekends or occasional weekends, it was just trying to find a weekend when everybody could get together, and it wasn't happening. So unfortunately that tradition hasn't happened this year either, and I still haven't made the Christmas cake, and we're into November, so I really need to crack on with that. The other thing I haven't done is invoiced anybody, so I need to do that this weekend, otherwise I'll have no money. But yeah, Ferrero Rocher and Christmas cake, probably. Oh, Christmas pudding with a bit of brandy on it. Do you know what? There's so many good things. It's really hard to say. Always wanted to be in England. Feel like you're there with me when you're taking tours with me. I'm glad. I'm glad because I don't have a passport, and I'm not one for big visits to lots of places like abroad. So being like visiting places in the UK means I'm seeing a lot of new things and learning a lot of new things and appreciating the country I'm in or the island I'm on, because I go into Wales and I want to go to Scotland. I haven't dipped over to Ireland yet, and I want to do the islands as well. I've had a couple of emails from somebody in the Isle of Man, and they've sent me pictures and various other things and told me about places, and I'm like, oh, I really want to go there too. So yeah. Blind Views, hello sir. Blind Views, how are you today? What time is it where you are? I want to say 6 hours behind us, or is it more than that? Can't remember. I don't even know what time it is here, to be honest. It must be nearly 7 because Kenzie's gone to work. Mark, good evening. Illinois. I always get this wrong. But hello. It's almost 3 p.m. Okay. Yeah, so 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm counting on my fingers. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 hours? Really? Really? Is your clock telling us the right time? Almost straight. 4, 5, 6, 7. That doesn't seem right in my head. When do your clocks change? Maybe that's the difference. Maybe it's normally 5 hours. Sorry, I'm sniffing and that's incredibly rude. 23 people watching, my goodness. Hello, you 23 people. So, what am I going to do? I do have a van trip coming up. It's not an actual van trip. It's not an actual van trip because I'm probably not going in the van, and I'm not staying overnight. But I am doing an interesting trip on Saturday next week, as long as it doesn't rain, and I'm going to go back to Windsor and do the is it the changing of the guards, trooping of the guards, changing of the guards, whatever they do at 11 o'clock in Windsor, and the guards all move around and the street gets closed down and they do their thing. That's what I'm going to go and see. So I'm going to film that next week, as long as it's not raining. You thought we were 5 hours apart. Okay, so we had our clocks changed last weekend, so maybe we're currently 4 hours apart. Maybe that's what it is. Which means when you do your live streams at 12, it'll actually be 11 o'clock and I might actually have a better chance of watching them. I'm rubbish at the moment. I used to be a real night out, but I'm falling asleep at like 10:30 every night at the moment. Tonight is going to be a struggle because I've got to stay up till midnight to go and get Kenzie and walk him home. And that's going to be hard work because I'm falling asleep a lot earlier now. Julie, hello, hello. Pippi Longstockings, hello, Rod, how are you? USA have not changed their clocks yet. Right, okay, so that's probably what it is then, Blind Views. It is probably the fact that we've done our clocks and you haven't, I would imagine. So yes, what was I saying? Windsor. So we've got that coming up next week. I want to go and film that, and we're probably going to go to Eton for lunch. And Eton is a very posh village, village, small place, where Eton College is, which is where, you know, the posh people get schooled, the royals get schooled. Very expensive private school is Eton. So we're probably going to go to Eton for lunch rather than Windsor. I imagine Windsor's going to be quite busy, so we'll probably then leave Windsor and go over to Eton and have lunch at Eton. So that's coming up. That'll be a fun thing to film and watch. Yeah, and then I got the Cotswolds in December. But other than that, I haven't really got anything particularly interesting planned, I'm afraid. So my van videos are going to be a bit lacking. So my van viewers are not going to be very happy about that. I'm sorry. That's why I've got various things like shopping videos coming in, because I'm trying to fill the gap with something else. And, you know, at this time of year, people like, not the same people, unfortunately, probably as the van life video people, but, you know, some people like the shopping, the Christmas shopping videos and seeing what Christmas stock is out there and that kind of stuff. Shopping videos is not a natural for me because I'm not a natural shopper, but if I'm going because I've got to do Christmas shopping or things like that, then I will film some of it. Gives me something to share on the channel. But yeah, I'd rather be out in the van, to be honest. If I'm totally honest, I'd rather be out in the van doing some exploring than I would shopping. Have a walk around Eton while you're there. Mad toffs. Yeah. Could go and raid the school, couldn't I? Run in there in my chaviest clothes. Speaking of chavvy clothes, I've bought myself some new loungewear. Look at this. Loungewear. It's very comfy. It's been a while. I do miss my Princess Pippa worm. I know. And I feel very bad because I don't come and see your live streams anymore. But it's just because I'm a lightweight and I don't know why. I used to be such a night owl. It'd be like 1:30 in the morning before I was asleep. And now it's 10:30 and I'm falling asleep. I'm sorry. Bad Pippa. I have told myself off. Hello, bird nest. You can't stay because you're cleaning. Well, why don't you play me while you're cleaning? Just prop me up somewhere. I don't mind. As long as I don't fall in the toilet, I'm quite happy to be propped while you crack on. And every now and then I'll go, come on, scrub woman. You know, just to help. Yes, please do. As Blind Views and Tink say, click the thumbs up, please. It does help. It does help. I'm sure it helps. Makes me feel good anyway. Any more bathroom updates coming? Okay, bathroom updates. Well, we put the new mirror back on, which doesn't, or put the new mirror on that we bought from IKEA yesterday. So it's not very exciting, is it really? Because it's exactly the same mirror we had, except it doesn't have the big brown mark in it from where the mirror-y image was distorted, and whatever happens to a mirror, you know, it did that thing. We got the taps to put on. I want a new bathroom, but that's a lot of faff. Keep meaning to go into a flooring shop and buy a new bit of lino, and then I'm going to take the old lino out. I'm going to turn them both upside down. I'm going to lay one on top of the other. I'm going to draw around the outline of the one I've ripped up because I'm being very clever here. Cut it out. Then I'm going to put some double-sided carpet tape and spray glue and glue it all down onto the floor. That's what I'm planning on doing in the bathroom. What was the other thing? The taps. We've done the seal. I'm still painting the cupboard doors and the woodwork. I've done all the skirting now. But the door, I think, does need another coat of paint on it, and the woodwork around the frame. And then I finally need to get something along the top of that, where the big gap is above the door. It's funny, isn't it, how you can be in your house, do some jobs, then never quite get them finished, and then live with them like that for literally 10 years. And not see it anymore. That's the other thing. You totally don't see it anymore. You just... And that's one of the things with vlogging is when I spin my camera around and I go, what must people think? That's what they're seeing. Like I'm seeing my house through vlogger eyes rather than seeing my house through my own eyes. Especially when I'm editing and I'm like, oh my God, that looks really bad. Mark is hoping to have his van finished by Easter. What part are you on at the moment? Have you done like electrics? I take it you're doing the whole thing from scratch. Have you like insulated and done electrics? At what stage are you at, Mark, with your van? The school buildings are very Harry Potter. I bet they are. I bet they are. Yeah, probably less magic going on though. You know it's late for me, so I get a pass. Oh, thanks. You're so nice. Bird's nest. It's a deal. Okay, come on, woman. Scrub. We have to change the clocks back this weekend. Oh, well, that's rubbish. Do you only... Oh, okay. So I've already missed this weekend's Thursday then, haven't I? 11 o'clock. I could have possibly managed that. Charles, good evening. Garage thought they were going to help. Instead, they blew the gearbox apart. I would say that's not particularly helpful. I mean, I'm no mechanic, but that doesn't seem helpful in my eyes. Oh, this is all tilting. Look, you're all ending up looking at my chin. Oh, well, I hope they paid for their mistakes, or at least tried to put it back together again, or did put it back together again. Patrick, I can survive off 6.5 hours sleep, so I have to switch the light off at 11:45. Yeah, you see... I don't know what it was. I just always been a night out, always. I think I have to face facts. I'm getting old. No two ways about it. No two ways. I think it's what it is. Tink? What is that? That's like a spiral. What? I have never seen that in my life. What is that? Is that a moon cycle? Buffering signal. I don't know what that is, Tink. I wouldn't even know how to make that come up. Is that an emoji? Interesting. Buffering. Oh, it's a buffering symbol. I was thinking it was like the moon cycle. I'm sure nothing I said was very interesting. I'm sure you've not missed anything. Should I just pause and go? There you go. Caught up. Lost you for... Oh, a moment. Right, okay, a moment. A moment. How long have I been on? 40 minutes. Wow, that's gone really quickly. Now, this time, last week, was it? I was doing a live, and my voice... I virtually lost my voice at the end of my live stream, but my cold's virtually gone now. Virtually. There's a lot of virtuallys in one sentence. Was almost finished. The gearbox is a one-off, as it was built for me. Oh, that's even worse then. If it was something that was specially built for you and they've trashed it. Did you get your money? Like, did you get money back? Did they sort it out for you? Have they fixed what they broke? They should at least be paying for it to get fixed. I mean, surely their insurance covers that, does it not? Or is it one of these things where it's like, you put it in the garage at your own risk kind of thing, which I think is a cop-out, quite honestly, because you put it in there in good faith that they won't cause more damage to it than it went in with. Bye, Mike. Thanks for popping in. Enjoy your day. How old are the boys in that smile picture behind me? Okay, where are we? The smile. Oh wow, can you see up there? Okay. So, that would have been at primary school. They were both at primary school. So, I don't know. Kenzie probably was about, I don't know, does he look about 6? 7, 8, 9, 10. So Brendan would have been about 10, maybe. 6 or 5 and 9, maybe. Maybe 5 and 9, actually. Yeah. Yeah. And in this one, Brendan was about 3, I think. Or, no, 2. 2 or 3. That was in my mum and dad's garden, that one. Let's prop you back up. Ah, would you stand up? No, I don't want to. Let's get my chat back. Where were we? Marlene, playing games with grandson and visiting with you. He says I'm slow. What game are you playing? It's because you're distracted. That's probably what it is. Lance from Canada, boondocking with Boomer. Which part of Canada are you from? I have family I have family on Pender. I did have family in Trail, but they moved. And I have family near Vancouver, sort of Surrey area. I love Canada. That is the only other, apart from, like, I would move to Wales. I like Wales. But the only other country I would move to is Canada, I think. I do like Canada. I haven't been for a very long time. Over 20 years. Taken back to the gearbox builder. Said the repair cost is looking at around £3,000. Wow. And are they covering that? That's a lot of damage. Victoria, welcome to my chat. Don't break the ice. Don't break the ice. What are we talking about? Don't break the ice? What did I miss something? Oh, that's what you're playing. Don't break the ice. I don't think I've played that game. Oh, yes, you're in Canada as well. Yes, Victoria's in Canada too. 2 Canadians in. Jack. Hello, Jack. Where is Jack from? I'm curious now. Where is everybody from? Blind Views is America. Mark Tyler, where are you from? I'm thinking UK. Yes, they're covering all the costs. Excellent. So they should. That will have been a... What did it go in for? What was it that they were meant to be fixing before they completely trashed the gearbox? Syria. Oh, okay. That's somewhere different. I don't think I get many people from Syria. Hairy Vagrant, hello. Glad you could join my chat. I was just talking about us meeting up in Glastonbury next year because people were asking where I'm planning on going on my adventures, and I said that I was planning on doing Glastonbury as one of my adventures next year. Missouri, is that how am I saying that right? Missouri in America. Herefordshire. Ah, okay, Mark. Yeah, very lovely part of the world, or very, very lovely part of England. It's very close to Wales, you see, which I like. Lots of hills in Herefordshire. That's where Womble's from. I need to message Womble. I haven't messaged him for ages. See how he's doing. Worcestershire. Oh, okay. So you're not a million miles from me then. Just up the M40 from Oxford. Worcestershire. You're about an hour and a half away, I think. Worcestershire. Wonderful to be a world viewer. Yes, it is. Don't think Blind Views knows who I am anymore. My name changed. It's Tracy, isn't it? That's your name. You've confused him. Well, that's what happens, you see, when you go changing your name. It makes things very confusing. Has hexagon cubes and hammers. You have to... Yes, I have played that game. I'll be honest, I got rid of it because it was so flipping noisy. So you turn it up and then you put all the cubes in, don't you? And then the last one holds them all together, like holds them all. When you push them in, it keeps them all in. And then, yeah, you have to knock out ice blocks without the whole lot going. And we had a polar bear on ours, and the polar bear fell through the middle. But the noise drove me crazy. And so once my boys got too old for the game, I ditched it. It was like charity shop. Because when my boys were little, I would tolerate those sorts of things because it was for my boys and it was their childhood in this house. And so, you know, I put up with noisy things. But as a childminder, these kids have got their own homes to go to where they can have those noisy toys. So I don't have them anymore because I'm a meanie and I'm getting old and miserable. Albuquerque. That is why English is butchered. Womble's always listening. Oh, Womble! Were you stalking? Hide in there. I miss you. You heard your name, didn't you? And you're like, oh, yes, we need to get together. It's been like forever. And we were meant to do it this year. And did it happen? No. And I'm not blaming you. I'm blaming life. Just didn't happen. So can we please pencil a date in the diary for next year, because I've now got next year's diary and I would like to have a little bit of Womble time if that's okay with you. Thanks ever so. You're 10 miles from Monmouth. Oh, okay. I think that's the other side of Worcestershire to me. Tracy, yes. Not hard to confuse me. Well, we'll try not to confuse you, Blind Views, don't worry. The van went in for a rear axle oil leak. Okay. I suppose that makes sense. I'm not a mechanic, but I guess they would have to look at the gears, because would the gears affect the rear axle when you change gears? I know you're talking rubbish, but you don't know anything about mechanics of a car. My channel was Ray's Girl, but I had to change it and everything. Yes, she did. Oh, good. So he does remember you. Yes, the Womble is hibernating. I know that feeling. Yeah, it is a bit like that. I think that's why I'm sleeping earlier in the evening now, because I'm in hibernation mode. It has helped having the clocks change in the morning though, because it is easier to get out of bed, but it won't last forever because it will still be dark. Like, it will start getting dark again in the mornings. You are in Leominster. Does anybody actually call it Leominster, or do they just call it Leominster? Even the signs I noticed, Womble, when I was out your way, had Elster rather than the whole word written. Richard Phobes, good evening. How are you? How are you getting on with your new sofa? I did feel for you so much. If you guys haven't watched any of Richard's videos, go check them out. He's just bought a new sofa. And bless him. Well, one of these from one of these secondhand furniture shops, which I think is really good because we've got so much waste out of there. And some of those secondhand sofas, we've only ever had secondhand sofas, and they have so much life left back in them, you know, still in them. And it stops them going, you know, going to landfill. But poor old Richard bought this beautiful leather sofa and then couldn't get it in through the door. And I was wanting to shout, pivot, pivot, you know, from like the Friends episode. That's what it was reminding me of, but without the staircase. And I really felt for him because he had to take it back and get a different one. So, and I know what it's like when you've got your heart set on something and then you can't have that one. So, yes, my heart went out to you, Richard. Lemner? Why do they call it Lemner? Leominster. Lemner. No. Limster, I might call it. Limster. Lemner. Mark went to school in Leominster. Pip. So, info on Lee Pritchard. What about info on Lee Pritchard? Would you like info on Lee Pritchard? I can put you in contact with him if you would like to. What info do you need? He's a lovely guy, really lovely guy. I've decided, from what I know of Lee, he is the male version of me. After we had a big chat when we hung out with, when he came and joined Darryl and Keith and myself at our last camp out, like van meet, and he came and joined us. I decided through chatting with Lee that Lee is like the male version of me. It was funny. More underground and less overground, Wandering Womble. Yeah, he does. Tends to spend more time above ground, I think, than underground. I don't think I've ever seen him in a cave. You love the sofa now, and you've got foam under cushions. Excellent. Especially when you said, "Oh, it dips in the middle," and I was like, "Oh no! Please don't let there be something wrong with it." I'm glad you've grown accustomed and you've warmed to your sofa. I think we need a new one. This sofa is not in its position that it should be in because Kenzie needed VR space. So we turned the L-shaped sofa into a long sofa with this kind of funny arm in the middle of it. If you've watched my vlogs and you've seen me do cleaning in here, you'll see the odd shape of it and you've probably wondered why it's like that, and that is why. But every time you sit on it, the cushions come off. Doesn't matter who sits on it. The kids sit on it, I sit on it, anybody sits on it. The cushions all come forwards and slide off. But it only cost us £20 from somebody in the village who was getting rid of it. But I'm getting really fed up of dealing with the cushions and having to readjust them all the time. So I would like a different sofa. And Lee and I were looking at the ones in IKEA. But after seeing your video, Richard, I thought, you know what, I really should just go, instead of going to IKEA, we have one in High Wycombe, I think it's a Red Cross second-hand furniture shop or Salvation Army, something like that. It's one of these big second-hand ones. So I might go and have a look in there for a long sofa. We went for an L-shaped because that's what we had, and I thought it would work really well, but not that Kenzie's allowed to do VR in here anymore because he broke too many of my things. And including my tree, he broke my tree. He punched a branch off of my tree and I was mortified. I was like, you broke it. I'm very protective of my trees. So yeah, I would like a long sofa, but then there is the worry of getting it through the door, isn't there, if it's long? But I will have to measure door widths and door frames before we go and get anything. What are those emojis? Sorry, I'm going to get close up to see what these emojis are from Kev. Peace. You've got emojis there, Kev, that I have never seen. Never seen those before in my life. You moved to Hereford. And you know, now Ross on Wye, that is on my list. There's a really lovely crystally shop near Ross on Wye. Or is it Hay on Wye, Ross on Wye? I might be getting my on Wye's mixed up. It's where my sister went on holiday recently. I'll have to ask her. But yeah, Ross on Wye is definitely on my list of places to go as well. Northern Flicker, you finally caught me. Yes, sorry, I think I'm a bit behind on my, a little bit behind on my chat here. Richard had a lovely meal in Leominster. I've had a nice few meals in Leominster as well. I've taken Kev for a couple of nice meals, haven't I, Kev? That diner's not there anymore, is it? That American diner, I like that. Lee is cute. Oh, I'll have to let him know. Have you got a thing for him? Just to clarify, this is not my Lee. This is Lee, the guy in the who has the blue box on wheels, is it? Um, ooh. I'm afraid he's not into women, Victoria. So you can admire him from a distance, but yeah, you're out of luck there, I'm afraid. Oh, he's on the Facebook group, is he now? Excellent. Oh, I reckon his ears must be burning. I'll message him later and say, oh, you were the topic of conversation. Some good cafes in Leominster. We got a Spoons now, and your daughter is the manager. Right, well, you can take me for dinner next time then. There's a lot of van meetups at Hereford Rowing Club. It's a nice spot to go to. I've been there with Kev once, twice, once. I was meant to go the second time, but didn't go. That was it. And it's a really good, they do a nice breakfast. It's by the river. It's close to the town. It's a good spot. It's a good spot, definitely. Okay, Blind Views, say hello to the wifey for me. I miss you already. Yes, you did take me to the rowing club. Loved it, been there many times. Okay, so maybe we need to do that again sometime. I need to do the cathedral at some point because I didn't do that. And there is a stained glass window apparently, which is a sister stained glass window to one at, where did I go with Trevor and Sue? And I was mesmerized. Sue and I were mesmerized by a window, and the guy had to come and get us and kick us out because they were closing. Where was it? It's in the Cotswolds. It's gone from my head, but I need to go into Hereford Cathedral. Your sofa's just got my sofa just got in by taking the door off. It will be going out again in one piece. Well, you see, if you don't need it in one piece, you could always cut it in half. That's no good if you're getting it in though. Bunny, good evening. Velcro the cushions. I did that, but the Velcro just came off the base. It didn't work. I did try. I put a lot of Velcro on and it didn't work at all. So yeah, that's not happening. I've tried various things. Everything I own is secondhand apart from my YouTube cameras and gear. I think that's really good because we're the same with an awful lot of things. We don't buy new. We've never had new cars. You know, furniture, secondhand. The dining table's been new. We have a new bed, but that's the first new bed we've ever had. We've always had secondhand bed bases. The boys' bed is secondhand. Both their beds have been secondhand that they've had. I think Brendan had one midi sleeper bed when he was growing up. He's probably about 4. That was new. But yeah, we very rarely buy new anything. Yeah, furniture. We've always been very frugal in that way. We've never been ones for keeping up with the Joneses, having the newest, latest, best thing. Actually, I say that our furniture, that's not true. A lot of our, like these have come from IKEA, so that's not true actually. But we do pass on our furniture to other people. So a lot of the things we had the IKEA Trofast units with the boxes that you pull in and out, the toy boxes, and they've been passed on over the years as our kids have outgrown them. I don't like taking something to the tip unless it's absolutely no good for anybody. I just think there's so much life in stuff and too much waste in our landfills. So if we can pass things on, then I would rather we did. And there's some really beautiful old pieces of furniture out there. You just give them a little bit of TLC and they come up beautiful, absolutely beautifully. You just need to see the potential in them. And the new things that we've bought are not lasting like old pieces of furniture are either. So we've had a couple of dining tables which we've had to replace because they've fallen apart. And I think the next dining table I get, I'm going to go to an antique store or something and buy it from an antique store. We have an antique store in the village, so that might be what I do. I mean, our chairs, we bought this dining set a few years ago now, maybe 3 years ago, and the chair legs are buckling. There's no strength in them whatsoever. Um, I don't know why. I don't think anyone swings on the chair legs. I'm not sure quite how they're breaking, but yeah, the chair legs they just don't seem to last in this house at all, the chair legs. Where are we? Womble's giggling. What are you giggling about? Where does he VR now? Isn't that your largest room? Okay, so there was some controversy about this Tink because he trashed everything in this room. I told him he could either do it in the kitchen and push the tables and the chairs right up against the wall, or he could go in the playroom. But the playroom means that he has to do it when it's dark because he can't do it in daylight out there. But I gave him plenty of opportunities to not trash my living room. And in the end, I just said to him, right, well, it's that room or that room. And he said, I can't use either room for various reasons. And I said, well, that's unfortunate because you're not using the living room anymore. That's not an option. So he does go out into the playroom in the evening now to VR. And he also sits at his chair a lot more now and does VR where he's not having to move around. But any games that are more physical, he's out in that playroom. And he also can't punch lights in the playroom because the ceiling's so high. Whereas in here, he only has to put his arm up and is punching our lights and breaking light bulbs. So yeah, playroom's definitely a place to go. Victoria, I'm bad. Yes, sorry, Victoria, to break the news to you. But yes, you're not his bag, baby. I'm sorry. You did try. The American Diner is open again. Oh, okay. Well, there you go, Kev. You can take me out for a nice meal at the American Diner. I'd like that very much. Thank you. Nice of you to offer. He does seem like a nice guy. Yes, he is. Lee is a very nice guy. A very nice man. A very nice man. Does anyone remember that advert? Was that the AA advert? Oh, he's a very nice man. A very, very nice man. Getting furniture through doors is an art. It is. It is. And I'm sure people make bits of furniture deliberately so they can laugh at people not being able to get it through the door. PSB TV, good wishes for me. Thank you. Oh, Kev, why are you selling your van? Okay, so are you selling your van and getting another van? Or are you selling the van and not travelling anymore? The latter is not acceptable. Was babysitting for a little bit. Lots of tears now, so you got a headache. Decide to flop on your bed in hopes that the headache will go away. Well, I hope your headache does go away. I hate headaches. Have a section and it comes in 2 pieces. Oh, sectional, and it comes in 2 pieces. Make it easier to fit into tight places. That, Karen, is very wise. Not my spog. My spog's not for sale. Kev's van's for sale. It's way too big for just you and it doesn't fit on your drive. No, spog only just fits on your drive. I was, yeah, pretty, well, I was a bit scared when you put spog on your drive. That was, he fits with like this much, this much to spare. So you need a spog-sized van then, don't you? That's what you need. There are. Mark Tyler's wondering what the price is. You live in a new RV in Oregon. Just rip the uncomfortable couch out and put in a lazy girl. Life is good now. What's a lazy girl? Is that like is a lazy boy one of those recliner things like they had in Friends? Those were lazy boys, weren't they? That Chandler and Joey had, where they went ka-ching, wachoo. You can't see that. Ka-ching, wachoo is what I said. So is a girl's version of it? I don't know. IKEA beds are excellent. They last forever in my experience. Yes, IKEA beds are very good. Yeah, the boys, I believe, their wooden one is an IKEA one. The metal framed one, I can't remember where that was from. It was second hand. But I don't know where it came from originally. I thought it was IKEA, but the metal framed ones are rubbish because they go so every time they moved. Cecily, is that right? Hello, good night. Well, hello and good night. Come look at it and make offers. That way I know people are genuine. Okay, well they are. Mark's not a million miles from you. Second hand all the way. You've punched my light a few times. Yes, I think that's probably... I mean, have you punched any walls and doors? Because I imagine that happens too. You've literally punched your own lights out. The tears were from not being allowed to have a chicken burger. Oh, bless. Oh, no chicken burgers for you. Richard Castle Road, out Ridgemore. Oh, I've got stiff legs now. Oh, that's because I've been on for more than an hour. If I sit on this sofa in this position with my legs scrunched up for more than an hour, I start to seize up. I think I'm probably going to wind things up because I like to try and keep the live streams at an hour now. Otherwise, they would just go on and on. It has been lovely catching up with you all, though. There's Mark and Kev working out their van sales. Do I get a percentage of a van sale if it gets done on my live stream? Do I get commission for bringing you two together? I think that's fair. You just watched my shopping trip. So many good things. Yeah, you see, I don't really want to go down the route of shopping videos, but with a lack of adventure videos, I'm kind of trying to fill the gap with something that somebody out there will like, and I know they're popular. And if I've got to go shopping anyway, I'll throw a few shopping videos up. You know, try and please. I can't please everybody all of the time, but I can please everybody. I can please. It's not, what is the saying? Can't please everyone all the time, but you can please some of the people some of the time. So that's what I'm going for. So happy I caught your live stream. Always nice to see you. Thank you, Victoria. It's always nice to chat with you. I'm not on the Facebook group very much because I'm not on Facebook very much. First turn right into your estate. You'll have everyone rocking up, Kev. Just all of them rocking up. Thankfully your aunt isn't working today, so you called her and said, depositing her back. You may have your daughter back. You punched a low cabinet before you got a mat to stand on to stop you wandering. Yes, you were the one that gave me that trick, weren't you? And if you'd still been in here, I would have done that. You now have a scar on your hand from that. Ooh. Unidentified gaming injuries. I've enjoyed having everybody here as well, Marlene. It's very nice to chat with everybody. Peace out, Pip. Peace out. Yeah, that's what they say, isn't it? Peace out. Hope to catch you live again soon. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. I do appreciate that, Tink. I have 20 likes. Very, very much appreciating that. Oh, good, I'm going because you can go back to Netflix. Would you have said hello to me, Kev, if I hadn't mentioned you? Would you? Would you now? So ping me a message and we will put something in the diary for next year, okay? While I'm filling up my diary with dates, I will put you in. Don't tell Lee. Ooh, okay. Might cost you. You better hope he's not watching the live stream quietly. Right, yes, hugs to you all. Thank you very much for watching. And I'm going to wrap it up now and go and spend some time with my man. Oh, and put today's vlog up because I haven't done that. It's a very interesting vlog for those of you that are interested in looking for a duvet cover that is nice, which seems to be harder to find than the Holy Grail, because they're all rubbish at the moment. And then I went in search of hopping bugs because Toothless prefers hopping bugs at the moment to the wriggly kind. And then I finish it off with showing you my crystals and my beautiful autumn thing that I've created over there. I'm gesticulating that way, but I'm not going to show you because you need to watch the vlog to see what I've created over there. See, now I've got your interest piqued, haven't I? And you're going to have to go and watch the video when it comes out. Right then. Thanks for watching, you lovely lot. and I will see you all tomorrow. Oh, turn off, you silly thing.